In the next 3 minutes and roughly, I'll say 15 seconds, we're gonna revisit all those comparisons that we went over. So starting at the front of this car has a 1.5 liter turboed engine putting out 180 horsepower. If you are looking at that LX or that Sport, understand that it is a 2 liter engine putting out 158 horsepower. So I'm gonna throw a comparison up on the screen so you can understand how does this car stack up against some of those other makes and models out there in the world. While that's up on the screen, I'll remind you that if you're looking at a 2023 model, it is gonna be the exact same. So no difference as far as the engine specs on the vehicle. 2, let's talk about miles per gallon. So this car gets 33 in the city and 42 on the highway. Understand that if you're looking at that LX or that Sport, it is going to be a little bit less as far as gas mileage goes. But I want to throw a comparison up on the screen so you can see how this car stacks up to other makes and models out there in the world. While that is up, I'll bring back up that the LX is getting, I believe, 31 in the city and 40 on the highway, and then your Sport is going to get 30 in the city and 37 on the highway. Now, a reminder, supposedly in the works, there is a hybrid that's going to be coming out with a combined around 50 miles per gallon. So if you're really trying to get a commuter car, you may want to hold out for that model. But as of right now, all I know is it's supposed to be out by the end of the year. All right, guys, so let's talk about leg space in the front of this vehicle. This car has 42.3 inches of leg space in it. So I'm gonna throw a comparison up on the screen so you can see how does this car stack up against other makes and models out there in the world. While that's up, I'll remind you, if you're looking at the 2023, the exact same. If you are thinking about moving to a 2024 Honda Accord, also 42.3 inches of leg space. So as far as leg space goes in this car, quite a bit, and it is comparable to even its big brother, the Honda Accord. Now, let's talk about second row leg space for all the people who are gonna be sitting behind me when I'm driving the vehicle. This car has 37.4 inches of leg space in the back of the vehicle. Now, if you're looking at the 2023, it is gonna be the exact same. So let's throw a comparison up on the screen so you can see how this car stacks up to other makes and models out there in the world. While that's up, I'll remind you, hey, if you're thinking still, maybe I want an Accord, maybe I want a Civic, I'm not really sure. Understand in the back of the Honda Accord, it's 40.8 inches of leg space. So about 3 inches different, nothing dramatic. If you were thinking maybe I'm looking at a CRV, that one's only got 41 inches of leg space. So both of those cars are fairly close to the same, and this one's at 37.4, so very close within 3 inches of leg space. Now, to the very back of the vehicle, let's talk about cargo space. This car has 14.8 cubic feet of cargo space in the very back end of the vehicle. It does have that 60-40 split, which is nice if you need to put a snowboard in, a baseball bag, golf clubs, whatever the case may be, but understand that's what you're working with. If you're thinking about a 2023, it is the exact same. If you're thinking of the Honda Accord as an alternative, 16.7 cubic feet of space back there, so it's the difference of a couple cubic feet. So nothing drastically different. The Civic has tended to grow with age and time, and the Accord is not growing as much because it's already big, right? So it's just something to remember. If you're thinking of a Civic 10 years ago, it's not what it is today, just something to be aware of. Now, when it comes to audio and touchscreens and wired CarPlay versus wireless CarPlay and different safety features and leather and powered seats versus non-powered seats, I want to go to 2 different trim levels with you, right? So if you're thinking about dropping down from this EX down to that Sport, I want you to understand, 1, how much money is it going to save you? And then 2, what are those items that you're giving up to move down to that Sport level? You're going to be changing engines. It is going to affect your gas mileage. You are going to lose some of the features that you have inside of this car, things like moonroofs and different things, but you're going to get a little bit different look because it is a Sport trimmed package. Now, if you're jumping up to that touring model and you're getting all the bells, all the whistles, I want you to understand what additional money is it going to cost you to move up to that trim, and then what are those additional features? Things like wireless CarPlay, things like leather interior, things like having powered driver and passenger seats. Take a look at that so that you can understand, hey, if I want to jump up, what's going to cost me? What am I going to gain out of this situation? Now, lastly, I want to ask you for a couple favors. I hope you'll like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Of course, I hope you'll like it because you like the way I present the comment. 2, I hope you'll leave a comment if you feel like I'm missing something, or you just want to give me some positive words and reinforcement. We could all use them, right? Or if there's something you want to add, a cool tip or trick, or maybe something that you noted in the video or in a comparison to another vehicle, I would love to hear about it. And then lastly, I hope you'll subscribe to the channel so when I comes out with videos like this, you have the opportunity to receive them. So I hope you'll like, comment, subscribe, and then I hope you'll share the video. If you have a friend who's looking at a Civic or comparing it to maybe that Elantra, or maybe they're looking at a Corolla, hopefully you'll share this with them so they can get us a better understanding for how this car stacks up against other makes and models out there in the world. Other than that, I want to say appreciate it, guys, and later!